this episode of Tabletop Continuum, keep track of who you are as our investigators ready for a special Call of Cthulhu campaign. Wanting to understand their new home, our misfit cast of characters begin looking for answers in Aprolene's town. Unsurprisingly, many of their fears regarding the true nature of this place begin to manifest as we heed the call of the prayers in the Brushwood.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Tabletop Continuum. This is M.
Ty.
Robin.
Austin.
Valkyrie.
Valentine.
And it is time once again for another episode.
We forgot the boyo.
What? No, Austin said his name.
No, I said my thing.
Why is my mind derping?
And it is time once again for another episode of Call Cthulhu, Prayers from the Brushwood. Unfortunately, due to life being life, this has no longer become a Halloween special and more of a random bouts of horror in your daily life.
Nightmare Before Christmas special.
The Nightmare Before Christmas special.
Don't tell Tim Burton.
Hopefully it will end before Christmas. Where last we left off, our seemingly unaware party has found themselves within the town of Aprolene, some of which coming merely to investigate the rumors about this mysterious town, and others coming with the promise of receiving miracles to make their difficult lives that much easier. Can you tell that M did not write an intro while I was preparing for the session?
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I love the all natural look to my intro writing. So
The unshaved look, got it?
Yes. And seemingly things are a little bit normal. I mean, there is the apparentness of magic and other unseen forces at play, but isn't that just like everyone's daily life? And with that, I have a question for you, Noun.
Yes.
You told me earlier before we started the session that Noun spent the day wandering around trying to get familiar with the town and its inhabitants. Did you happen to go any place in particular that caught your eye, or did you specifically try and interact with any of the townsfolk?
I'm kind of forgetting what exactly there is here in town, but I mean, for the most part, I just kind of went around town, tried to figure out the scope of the land. Okay, good. I thought my laptop died for a second there. It just went to sleep. Tried to get a scope of the land. Tried to get a feel for how everybody's doing here. I feel like, and I may be incorrect with this assumption, but I feel like I am the first closest thing to a true medical professional this place has seen in ever, and that worries me. Even if there's some nonsense I don't fully understand going on here, I don't trust that means everything's fixed here.
Mm-hmm. Can you... I'm trying to think of what I want you to roll for this. You know what? I think spot hidden will work. Can you roll me a spot hidden, please?
Yes. I definitely have my dice out too, so you're not gonna have to sit here and wait for me to pull out my dice or anything.
Yeah, and I'm sure everyone else in the party has also had their dice ready this entire time.
In fact, I'm so sure of it that it would be crazy for you to even have to mention it to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just the thumbs up in chat from Valkyrie says everything I need to know.
Drop one of my dice.
Floor dice don't count.
Well, that's good, because that was a 70.
Oh boy. You've had my dice set since yesterday.
Okay. I got a 13.
Okay, with a 13, that is a hard success. So if you is it? Yes, it is a hard success. So if you want to mark that, I'm marking it on my end as well.
Yeah. I do it.
Nice, you did it. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. I need that validation.
Yes. You notice that a lot of the townsfolk, not like a significant portion of the population, but enough for you to take notice. There's a lot of townsfolk here that seem like very sickly, if that makes sense. Like they seem like they're aging faster than their bodies should be. Like there are some people who appear like clearly to be in like their in like their 30s who look like they have aged to the point where they appear like in their 50s or 60s. They look like life has not been kind to them physically.
That is odd. Are they looking like sallow or jaundiced or pallid or anemic in any way?
Well, I'm not a medical professional. The best.
So do you need some explanation of those words? Or?
I know what all of them. They don't really look like jaundiced, I would say. Anemic, maybe. They. I'm trying to think of how to describe it. They look.
Because if they're just looking aged, I mean, to me that just means they're aging. I would have no way of knowing that that's a 30-year-old that looks 50, you know what I mean? Otherwise, they just look like a 50-year-old.
They look like... Some of them look like they are... like, dehydrated.
Okay.
It's...
just generally unwell?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to, like, generally put a pin on it that all of them are experiencing the same health problems. But... for a place that explains that jerky people, I hate you, Valkyrie. For a group of people who have been promised to have their health problems cured, there are a lot of people who look like they are sick.
I am definitely going to start taking it upon myself to start trying to attend to any of them that will let me. So I'm gonna like approach anybody I can that looks like they're especially not doing well and like ask them if I can like give them a once over.
Okay.
Like give them a checkup at least so I can figure out what the fuck's wrong with everybody.
You actually meet this one of the first people you approach is a woman. She looks very thin. And like her eyes are sunken in. She looks very unwell and like she should have seen a doctor a long time ago.
Does she look malnourished? Or does it not look like she hasn't been eating as much as she should, but more like she's not putting on weight that she should?
I would say that she does look malnourished, yes.
Okay.
That or she's losing weight very rapidly, which could also be due to malnutrition.
Yeah. Okay.
It's hard to tell just by looking at her what exactly is wrong. I am putting a her picture in Call of Cthulhu handouts. Actually, she is I just realized you've met this girl already.
I have?
Yeah, she's the one who let you in on day one.
Oh.
She let you in the door on day one.
She did not look like this when she let me in the door on day one.
I mean, you weren't really paying attention to her. You just
guess
kind of walked
not.
past her.
I guess not. Well, then I'm gonna ask her if I can give her a checkup. I have a feeling she's not gonna let me, but like, I'll try.
She looks at you kind of confused. And, she asked, why? I'm fine. Do I look sick?
I'm noticing some worrying patterns, not just with you, but with a lot of people here. I just worry it might be some kind of like small bug or something, or I mean, some people that go through things like chemo, if that's at all what this is like, sometimes experience some adverse side effects. And if nothing's wrong, then at the very least, that's just another markup for how well the treatment works on everyone.
Oh, well, I mean, if there's something wrong, then I suppose Aprolene could just fix it up for me.
Well, sure, but wouldn't it be nice for me to diagnose what it is so she can?
She thinks for a moment, before kind of just shrugging, well, okay, I guess. And I guess she kind of looks around, kind of stands there well, what do you want me to do?
I'm like, well, let's set you down and let's I have my bag here and we can if you'd like to go somewhere private, we can go somewhere private. You're not going to need to undress or anything, but some people prefer privacy. It's up to you. I'm just going to do things like check your pulse, ask you a few questions. That's all.
Oh, I'm fine here. This should be fine.
Okay. Then I'm just going to go through the whole rigmarole, which I'm assuming we don't want to roleplay Robin giving an NPC a checkup.
Yeah, I don't think medicine is usually used for healing, and I'm assuming you're not trying to solve her problem. You're just trying to figure out what it is that's wrong with her.
Trying to diagnose, not solve, not cure.
That would be, I would say, roll biology then.
Okay, I think that's fair. That's what I was gonna suggest too.
Mm-hmm.
Just fucking barely with a 58.
Oh boy. Well, you can tell that she might be dealing with some sort of organ failure. You can't tell exactly what's going on, but it's you can't really tell what exactly it is. You can just tell that it seems like her body's giving out on her.
It's all shutting down.
Basically, yeah. But you can't really seem to figure out what exactly could be causing it. It doesn't seem oh yeah, this is a particular she's dealing with liver failure, and that could be caused by this sort of lifestyle habit.
Yeah.
It's just
her body's just generally kind of giving out, like you would just when you're aging, for example.
Yeah, it's basically like that. And with how high you rolled, I can't really give you much more than it just seems like she's dying slowly and isn't even aware of it.
This is actually kind of similar to what I expected, which is worrisome to say the least. Have you had any major changes to your diet since you started coming here?
I mean, I've always been a very healthy eater. I always watch what I eat, and I mean, we have a entire farm here with homegrown organic vegetables. I don't think that it could be an issue with how I'm eating.
Well, unless some of you are growing vegetables in irradiated soil or something. It's not highly likely, but it could be enough to start causing the problems you're having here, which, if I'm being completely honest, seems like organ failure.
Oh.
Not, and I don't think you need my professional medical diagnosis to tell you, not especially good.
Well, I mean, I guess I didn't really come here to have any health problems solved, so it wouldn't... She seems very confused, and she's kind of like stammering to herself, trying to figure out what she did to possibly have gotten this sick.
Now, keep in mind, these sorts of things can happen to anybody for all sorts of reasons. It may not even come close to being yours or anyone else's fault. So there's no need to start panicking or having a crisis of faith or whatever you are currently experiencing. Just my recommendation is maybe try eating from somewhere else other than the garden, see how that makes you feel. Maybe spend a day or two away from the town, see if you start to improve at all. I'm not saying move out or anything, I'm just change some habits, see if you start feeling any better after changing a few habits. At worst, you're right back where you started. Yes?
Oh, okay. If things get worse, I'll talk to Aprolene about it, but I'll try and change some things up, see if that makes it any better. I don't know. I feel fine. But maybe I'm just not seeing what you're seeing. Are you a doctor?
Yes, I am actually. Well, technically yes.
Okay. Well, I'll try that then. And she kind of like excuses herself and walks away, like seeming very confused.
The minute she is out of sight, the like calm and everything's fine doctor facade that Noun puts on just wipes away, and Noun's like, that woman's about to die any day now. There's nothing she can do to prevent that.
Oh. I don't know if I should make you roll sanity for that or not.
That's up to you, my dude.
I'm thinking about it. I mean, yes, you have to roll sanity.
Okay, where do I... Okay, there it is.
Because there is a caveat with doctors that they are immune to sanity damage from gore, but I don't think this counts in that.
It's not gore, it's more like dealing with mortality.
Yeah, which is a whole different mental...
Like, I'm not looking at someone's guts on the ground, I am dealing with the fact that, like, fucking, this woman will be dead within the week. Ooh, wait, hang on. Okay, 30, and then I rolled a 30 and a 0, which 0 would typically mean 10, but here it means 0, right?
Yeah, so you rolled a straight 30.
Okay, got it. I always get confused when I roll a D100.
Yeah, it is confusing. You did succeed, so you are...
I didn't?
No, you succeeded.
Oh, I did succeed. Go ahead.
Yeah. So you're gonna be thinking about this today, but you aren't, like, having a breakdown over it.
I've seen a lot of people die, and I've had to face my own mortality, so...
Yeah, it be like that sometimes, can it?
So, so go ahead.
Nah.
I was just gonna say, for one thing, because Noun has decided that's enough activity for the day, I have to take things easy on myself anyways, otherwise I'm going to start, making my condition worse. Mm-hmm. For another thing, I don't want to keep hogging all the playtime from everybody else.
Oh yeah, I was about to make you go home anyway, so no worries. When you do get home, you find 4 other random strangers in your new apartment.
I want to say that as soon as Rose got back from the diner, she walked over to the bed. She walked over to an unclaimed bed, and just face planted on it. She may or may not be taking a nap. She just hasn't moved in a little while. Like, she's breathing. She just hasn't moved.
I'm gonna say that from you guys, from the end of the session to now, it has been about 20 minutes. So, what is everyone doing? I'm assuming everyone's getting situated, and Noun is now having to grapple with the fact that they
Roomies.
have
Dear- dear
more
God.
roomies.
There's so many people in here, dear God. Just wheel up, wheel back down.
So what's everyone doing?
Laying motionless on a bed.
Perfect. Lee, what are you doing?
Sitting on a bed and jotting through and just researching my notes that I've been doing for the past several minutes, namely my research on Rose.
Cool.
The study of Rose.
What's Jeff up to?
Jeff is making sure to set everything up, unpacking everything, and then turns around and says, "Oh, hello. Yeah, we arrived a little later."
And Valentine, are you also greeting Noun, or are you doing your own thing?
Seven's just kind of like sitting in a chair or, something. He's just like picking at his fingernails. And he just like
Okay.
looks up at Nan when when they walk in.
Cool. So, I will allow y'all to roleplay amongst yourselves for a moment. Get to know each other, your new friend.
Okay, right off the bat, does anybody else look nearly as sick as I knew or anybody else in town has?
No, everyone else seems fit as a fiddle.
I'm immediately relieved, and I just, like, calmly and slowly, because I'm worn out, wheel myself over next to my bed.
What?
Can I say that Rose ended up with one of the beds next to Noun?
The one that Pat didn't take? Yeah, sure.
Rose just kind of like she just kind of like pulls her head up. She looks like she was just taking like the power nap of a century.
A little bit of drool right at one of the ends of her.
It's just like eyes like half closed, like hair like despite the fact she's only been laying there for 20 minutes, her hair is like an absolute mess. She just kind of like looks up, gets confused, sits up properly, and then remembers where she is, looks it down, and just is like, "Oh, hi. Are you also staying in here?"
Yes, Jeff also said hi to me, right?
Yes, I
Yes.
also said hi.
I give a wave to Jeff, and I say, yes, yes, I came here in here yesterday. Are you long trip here, or?
I just had my first real meal in probably 2 weeks. I'm fine.
I'm sorry. No, that's not fine. I'm sorry. Repeat that for me. You just ate for the first time in 2 weeks? What
Well,
did you
No.
eat?
Ramen.
Well,
I
it was the only thing I had, but I just had some pretty good food, so I'm feeling so much better
you-
now.
You didn't eat from the garden here, did you?
I don't know. It was just that little diner down the street. I heard diner, and I went there. I don't really know where it came from.
Right.
Why do you ask?
Nothing. Just working on a theory, I suppose.
Rose kind of like moves closer to Noun and holds out her hand. Hannah Rose. Call me Rose.
It is brain broken. I have already forgotten what my last name is. Because for some reason I didn't put it on my character sheet, so I'm just gonna say Dr. Noun. A pleasure. Thank you, I chose it myself.
Cool. Where is Chester
Every
at
trans
this
person
time?
makes. Oh, Chester, Noun is scooping Chester off of their lap, and like Chester's doing that like waterfall drop out of like a person's hands that cats
Yes.
do, and just plopping onto the bed and in his little support animal vest.
Mhm. Rose has now woken up enough to notice Chester and is staring with this like kitty look, but not making any moves towards Chester. But definitely just like, oh my gosh, kitty.
Now just sighs, rolls their eyes, undoes the vest, and just kind of does a hand like, go on, and then like turns to the rest of the people while Rose just starts, I'm assuming, petting.
Yes, very, very gentle pets. Like, literally just like she kneels down on the floor next to Noun's bed, out of Noun's way, of course, and just like gently petting Chester.
Am I controlling Noun or are you controlling Noun?
Noun? You mean Chester?
That's what I meant. Wow.
Am I controlling my own character?
Would you like me to control Chester, or would you want to control Chester?
I'll let you be the good kitty.
Okay, I'm the good kitty now.
Weren't you already?
Chester gives bonks your his head into your hand, Rose.
Rose like actually sheds like a single tear, like, this is the best day of my life. I've eaten food, I'm petting a cat, nothing can make this day better.
So, as Noun turns to everybody else, so what's y'all's deal?
Well, I'm sort of a police officer here that's investigating what's going on my own, kind of. Because some place that's able to take care of all of your problems and just ask that you stay there for 6 months, gotta be too good to be true. But I also do have my own motivations to be here as well. What about you? You said you had a theory?
I pop up, like my head kind of pops up from my book. Huh? Oh, hi, new person. Yeah, I have a theory going on related to faith and how we use language, and I kind of figured this would be an interesting spot to look into it.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I forgot you were here.
I keep to myself.
Right.
From like over near the bed, just like you just quietly hear us go, kitty.
Right.
So, okay, now you said you had a theory?
Oh, yes. Well, as you may have heard, I am a doctor, technically. And,
Yes.
I just, looking around town, did none of you notice how sick everyone looks?
Like I said,
Go ahead.
like I said, I'm a cop, not a doctor. I don't really pick up on that stuff.
I suppose. Maybe I have some sort of bias, but I just felt it was obvious.
I was
I could
really
try and-
focused on food earlier.
See.
I could
I was
observe
so
everyone.
hungry.
Well, either way, I just did a checkup on somebody, and since everybody seems to be having similar issues, I think I can do a blanket-ish diagnosis and say they're all suffering from imminent total organ failure.
Jeff
Rose
pulls out a
stops
notepad
petting
and starts
cat,
writing
it's just
down.
like, record scratch, but it's stop petting cat. That's for Rose.
My best guess is that perhaps there's something wrong with the soil they're growing the vegetables in. I mean, that's the only thing I could think of is perhaps their diet. I mean, the only case I can think of something this widespread causing something like this has to be something they're regularly being exposed to. And unless all of the ground here is irradiated, then they're either being poisoned in some way, accidentally or intentionally, or, well, that's pretty much it. they're being poisoned somehow. That would be my best guess.
You think it could be the buildings having heartbeats?
What?
Rose mentioned that she heard mechanical heartbeats from the diner.
I'm sorry. What?
Rose kind of like looks uncomfortable at the mention of it again, and is just like, I don't know how to explain it. It was just really uncomfortable, like sitting in. It was like if you were listening to like a whale's heartbeat from the inside, and it started suddenly and then ended suddenly. I hope I don't hear it again.
Suppose that might have something to do with it. I have no clue what that would be. I have not exactly checked for a pulse on the buildings.
At this point, I'm willing to believe anything will happen after what I saw Aprolene do.
There's always a logical, scientific explanation for everything, even whatever the hell I saw.
What did you see?
Lights, mostly. And results.
But how does she get results from that? You mentioned that people are getting sick here, yes?
So from what I'm noticing, yes.
What if these buildings are very slowly draining at the people here?
I think what's more likely is that they're poisoning them, but I suppose draining them is also an option. If we're talking about something supernatural, sure, it can drain them, but seeing as we're looking for a more scientific explanation, I can honestly tell you that I have never medically diagnosed anybody with being drained by anything other than work. And family. My point being is that's not a true medical diagnosis.
Mm.
And I don't see how that would cause organ failure.
Fair point, fair point. Sorry, I really want to get to the bottom of this, and if it's something that's...
I understand. I'm not trying to stop you, I'm just trying to narrow down your options.
I appreciate it. Sorry, I haven't introduced myself. And Jeff holds out a hand. Jeffrey Savage, but please, just call me Jeff.
Dr. Noun, a pleasure. And you over there, the two of you who haven't said anything, what are your names?
I hold my hand up with my pen for a quick moment. Lee. Nice to meet you.
A pleasure. And you?
7.
Oh, nice name.
Mm.
Okay. Well, thought we would do the little non-binary back and forth thing there, but that's fine.
I don't know what that is.
But
What is
you know what?
non-binary?
But it's a right. That's a whole nother discussion to be had some other time.
I should mention that...
Rose looks confused at 7 and Jeff at not ever having heard of non-binary, but isn't saying anything.
Probably make aware again that Jeff is wearing a pansexual pride pin.
7's first language is not English. Just keep that in mind.
That is fair. That is fair. Noun is not judging. Noun is just kind of going, now is not the time to discuss these, discuss queer terminology.
People are dying.
People are dying. Hang on. What's your pronouns?
Before you die, give me your pronouns.
Before I stab you to death, what are your pronouns?
Hey, you over there. Oh, give me your pronouns.
Diversity
Anyway,
wing,
you guys
diversity wing, the eldritch horror that is consuming my entire soul and being is non-binary.
So do you guys have a plan at all? I've been listening, but not like listening.
No, we've just been talking.
We've
Okay.
just kind of talking.
We've just been sharing notes.
You guys just been
Yeah, sharing notes
sharing
thus
information.
far.
Okay. I will allow you guys to continue that. Let me know when you have a plan in place.
I want to give Rose a checkup because Rose sounds very malnourished, and I want to just see the effects on Rose thus far.
The effects of
Alright.
eating nothing but ramen for 2 weeks straight.
Alright, roll a biology check on old Rosie here.
You're gonna ask Rose for permission?
May I give you a once over, ma'am?
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
Okay, that is a 48.
What is your biology?
60.
Oh yeah, you get it. You're good. You got it. She seems fine. I mean, she doesn't seem like she's like in the best of shape right now because she's only been eating ramen for 2 weeks straight. She definitely seems like she is a lot more tired than she should be for the activity that she's done today.
Okay, so just a mild case of malnourishment.
Yeah. Definitely needs to eat a vegetable or a fruit.
She had a salad at the one place with some chicky nuggies.
Yes,
The chicken
that is
tendies.
You should start feeling better soonish if you get some decent food in your body, but yeah,
She got decent food literally 20 minutes ago.
yeah.
And then she took a power nap.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, she doesn't seem like she's at risk of imminent total organ failure, so there's always that.
That's good. That, good sign.
Yeah.
Granted, I've only been here for like an hour, so.
Well, that's some good news, I suppose. Now then. My plans thus far are non-existent, honestly. The thing is, the only things I can think to test for, I do not have the equipment or the skills to test for. I can just diagnose the problems, kind of. I don't even have all the equipments I would need to properly diagnose. It's not as if I carry blood testing equipment around with me in a bag.
Maybe Pat has some. Let's dig around in their stuff.
I'm sorry, what were you about to say,
I said, well, why not?
Because that would be 3 other bags. At least,
Yeah.
and then a power source.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can definitely say that Pat is not going to have blood testing equipment in their bag.
What?
Dang.
No. Unless anybody has, say, a Geiger counter, then there's not much I can do to check these sorts of things.
Jeff pulls one out.
What?
I don't know. I just feel like out of everybody here, Jeff would have one.
A Geiger counter is what toggles how much radiation is on an item or in the air.
It's how you track Godzilla.
Also that.
Godzilla.
Also that. Unless anybody has a Geiger counter on them. Although, I suppose I have some... I do have a microscope on me. Yes, I know. It's not exactly my most powerful one, but I guess I could check to see if there's any bacteria present on the walls of the buildings or in the soil that we're growing some of these crops in. Or something like that might be causing the problem.
I do want to say that by this point, Rose has started actually unpacking her things. And you just hear her go, "Oh, I forgot this was in here."
What is it?
And she just holds up an MP3 player with like a pair of earbuds wrapped around it.
Oh, great.
I think it can actually record like a minute or two of audio. It's not great quality, and I never really used it except for like when I was first trying to learn lines for a show I was in, and I would record my lines and listen to them. It was fun.
Oh no, Valkyrie's playing future Valkyrie.
The audio sucks, but it works. I guess I gotta be careful not to use this since my brain is blanking on
Bo.
their name. Bo. Yes. Since Bo asked me not to have any recording equipment.
Oh, fuck.
Are you okay?
Fuck. Yep, just broke the scab on my finger.
Oh no. Okay.
Don't even know how I did that. I was just like sitting here with my hand and I like pushed it down by accident and just felt a little tiny snap and a lot of pain.
Ooh.
Do you need a second?
I'm good. I'm just gonna mute. Everybody else, please talk.
Okay.
Okay.
So it seems like we got some different ideas of like what we want to do. Do you guys want to like investigate like in here, or do you guys want to like go down to the farm?
I am going to hold my ear to the wall.
You're gonna hold your ear to the wall. Okay. Would you like to give me a listen check?
I wouldn't, but I'll do it anyway. Alright, let's see. Where is listening?
Wait, how is
Yeah.
your listen less than the base stat? How is that possible?
What?
On my end, it says your listening is 20 when the bare minimum it can be is a 25.
What?
Not funny, didn't laugh.
Austin.
I just want to know how that happened. Alright, what did you get?
99, I just said.
Oh, I didn't hear that. No pun intended. Yeah, my boy, you're
Momentarily go deaf.
you put your ear up to the wall and you notice your ears start ringing almost immediately.
Ah! Son of a bitch! I just hit my fist against the wall. Sorry. My ears started ringing right as I was trying to listen. Talk about timing.
Well, anyone else want to try anything?
Let's see.
I have one thing I can try. I think it's a terrible idea, but I'm gonna do it anyways.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to take my stethoscope. I'm gonna press it to the wall.
Alright, roll me listen with an advantage die.
Okay, what is an advantage die in this? Is it just like normal advantage, or?
An advantage die in this is not D&D. In COC is you roll another tens place die
Mm-hmm.
and you take the lower of the two.
Okay. Tens place die. Okay. Okay. Wait, a tens place die or a
A tens place die. No.
Wait, no,
yeah,
that
tens
would.
place die.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the wrong thing of it. I'm thinking of a tens place die wrong. Okay, that is much better. Okay.
What'd you get?
First I got a 57, then I got a 37.
Nice. Where's your listen?
Not great, but not bad.
You just barely succeed. So But what you do hear is that you know the why is Bardley taking so long to change? You know,
I don't like that Bardley changed.
You remember how Rose and the others mentioned a heartbeat in the walls?
Oh, I don't like this. Yeah.
It sounds like the walls have a heartbeat. It's
Does it?
no different than what you would hear if you were to put your stethoscope up to somebody's heart.
Okay. Question, because there might be some differences. Is it like, obviously the size is probably going to sound different? Does it sound like a lot of hearts of like a normal human size? Does it sound like one heart of a normal human size? Does it sound like a large heart? Does it sound like maybe like a different speed or anything like that?
It sounds like a resting heartbeat, but it is loud.
Well, yeah,
Like,
I could
it's
expect that part.
massively loud.
Is it okay? Does it sound like resting for whatever the building is, or like a person? Is it like
a person? It sounds like a person's resting heartbeat.
Okay, cool. I'm just going to stethoscope up to wall. Listen for a second. Nod, nod, nod. Stethoscope back away from wall and nod, nod, nod. Shaking hands, taking the little buds out of my ear. Nod, nod, nod. Like, yes, this is fine.
Would you like to roll sanity?
I wouldn't, but I will. This is gonna be the one that I fuck up, huh? Oh.
What did you roll?
30. Or rather, I rolled a 45.
A 35?
No, 45.
Fuck, does it...
I don't know. That's why I'm panicking. My sanity is a 45.
Oh no.
Neither me or the GM know which way this goes.
I am asking my resident Call of Cthulhu connoisseur.
It's fun. Everything's fine.
You failed. I'm sorry.
Oh, fuck me. Okay.
So in Call of Cthulhu, defender loses. Got it.
Yeah. Would you like to roll me intelligence?
Good news. My intelligence is very good. I got a 15.
No. Nice. You succeed on that part. I'm trying to find my I have a flow chart that I use. I wasn't expecting you to fail so hard.
That wasn't even that hard. That was just barely a fail.
What?
Listen,
that was the most barely of a fail I could have made.
Listen, any failure is a failure in Call of Cthulhu. You're fucked.
I get it. I don't like it, but I get it.
Where is it?
I mean, if you're lucky, like 7, maybe you'll only lose like 1 or 2 points. Knock on wood.
Here it is. Intelligence roll. You succeeded on your intelligence roll.
Much to your chagrin.
This case is not a good thing.
Oh.
You know what?
Because it means that you are aware of the gravity of the situation.
I already was, but that's fine.
Well, the thing is that you can't shake it off. You can't explain it away, unfortunately.
This is fine.
Lucky for you, you only took 1 sanity damage.
Nice.
So, have fun with that.
I don't know what that exactly means, but okay.
It means that your sanity is no longer a 45, it's a 44.
I don't like
and
that.
That is going to have to be the number you have to beat in future sanity rolls.
Well, what if I don't like it?
Unfortunately, Call of Cthulhu doesn't care about you.
That's not nice.
Suffer.
Well, that makes two of us.
And my nose just starts bleeding. Anyways,
Well,
oh,
anyway,
don't say that.
let's what's your guys' plan? What are you guys gonna do?
Well, is now how's Noun dealing with everything right now?
That's a noun question.
I'm just very shaky hands taking the little earpieces out of my ears and slowly resting them back around my neck, and I'm just sitting there quietly. Like,
Rose kind of like carefully gets up and walks like next to Noun and is just like, hey, Dr. Noun, are you alright? Is there anything I can do? You seem really shaky.
At this point, since Chester is an emotional support animal, as well as, well, Chester is a support animal. So Chester has probably sensed distress at this point.
Oh yeah. He is currently like at your legs, like bonking your legs.
Yep, just gonna scoop up the cat and kind of do some like pressure therapy with the cat, petting the cat. Like, let's not have a panic attack.
Also, did you wheel up to the wall, or are you standing currently?
I wheeled myself over to the wall because I try not to stand more often than, or all that often, just because, you know, not great for legs.
True. Okay, I was just curious.
None of them have seen me stand yet.
Okay.
So yeah, I scoop Chester up and I'm just like, so good news, Rose was right. Bad news, Rose was right.
You heard the heartbeat?
That is most definitely a human heartbeat.
Rose goes into the kitchen and gets like a glass of water.
We have kitchens here?
Yeah, we have a
there's,
kitchen.
there's a small kitchenette. I told you about it in the mini session.
To be fair, with you may or may not have, because to be fair, the ending of that session where we got to see the room was, here's the room, bye!
Yeah.
Let's watch Boy Meets World.
Yeah, basically. There's a lot of other things going on, thank you very much, GM.
I'm sorry, Bo's just like that.
Anyways.
But yeah, so Rose kind of like gets some like a glass of water, and like offers it to Noun if he's like, yeah, it just offers it to Noun. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
Okay. Noun just kind of like shakes their head and pushes the glass away, like, no. I do not know that I feel comfortable consuming anything from this place currently. Maybe when I'm a bit more desperate, but thank you.
Alright. And then Nim goes and gets rid of the water. Puts the glass away because it was only wet.
I am writing this info down. Would I have found any myths or anything because of my profession about buildings having heartbeats? I mean, it sounds very like Edgar Allan Poe-esque, but something more than that?
I mean, as speaking as not your GM, I don't know of any ancient myths that do have to do with that, and there isn't really any in terms of the world building, so I would say no.
Damn.
Though you may have heard of films such as like Haunted House or the works of Edgar Allan Poe and other sort of media, but nothing in terms of like ancient religion or myth.
To be fair though, if you are regarding this with ideas of things like Edgar Allan Poe, that means that you think that the heartbeats in the walls are manifestations of Rose and Noun's guilt.
And Seven, because Seven also heard it.
Oh, good. Good.
Don't worry, there's three of us.
Okay, so that just confirms it. That makes me a little comfortable for some insane reason. And as I'm saying this, I am looking around the room for anything that could possibly be hidden that could explain why the buildings have heart.
I roll spot hidden, and if anyone else wants to join Jeff in his searching of the room, you are welcome to roll as well.
You know what? I'll do it. Okay.
Okay.
So,
You
you said
sneeze,
spot
guy.
Evan, are you just gonna continue sulking at the table?
Yep.
Alright. Enjoy the table.
I got a 15.
A 15.
Got an
11.
18.
That's a critical success for me.
Nice. Might do a little check mark. What is
I already have a check mark next to my spot hidden, and I just.
Oh,
rolled
I
an
was
18.
telling Lee.
Yeah, but what does that mean for me?
It means you get a chance to boost your roll later.
Oh, nifty. Okay.
I
cool.
guess since everybody else is doing it, I'm also going to roll spot hidden.
And Lee also got a critical success on their spot hidden.
I failed it.
And
My name is Jeff.
All right. Why did what did I call you?
You called me Lee.
Oh, well, Lee and Jeff both had critical successes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rose didn't find any.
Rose unfortunately didn't find anything. You guys, even the people who critically succeed, you guys don't really find anything in the room that could be out of the ordinary. You do notice that all of all your beds are bolted down for whatever reason. Same thing with basically all of the furniture in the room other than the table and chairs are bolted down. For whatever reason.
Does it look bolted in a way that's to save the furniture during a natural disaster, or a different form of bolting entirely?
Well,
I mean, okay. Hate to put it this way, but as somebody who has lived in tornado-proofed buildings and also had to spend times on grippy sock vacations, kinda looks the same.
yeah. There isn't really much of a difference. It's, I will say though, I will make an observation that, for those who may be familiar, the furniture in here isn't similar to what you'd find in a grippy sock hotel. It's just all bolted down for whatever reason.
It's
Well,
so it's just like regular furniture that's been bolted down?
Yeah.
my immediate thought is, well, these are shipping containers, and possibly they put the furniture in and then moved the shipping containers, so they didn't want everything sliding around and like breaking while moving the shipping containers. That's like the logical answer my brain first came up with.
What if you're not too far off, but instead, once they're done with whatever they're doing with the people here, they take the containers somewhere else with the people still in it?
Don't like that.
Well, at the moment, I don't exactly have bright and happy feelings about this place. Forgive me.
I am going to try and move one of the furniture. Not to try and move it, just to see if it gets a reaction out of the building.
Okay, so are you, I'm assuming you're not, putting any force behind your movements then?
Not really, just, well, a little bit of force, but not expecting results.
Okay, I'm not gonna make you roll for that then, because it doesn't seem like you're, like, trying to, like, use any strength behind that.
Roll law to try to arrest the building.
Nothing really happens. It just does. The furniture doesn't move, I'll tell you that much.
Well, there goes that theory.
It does have a little bit of give, like, if you were to, like, if you had, like, superhuman strength, you might be able to, like, rip it out of the floor, but
Jeff knows that he doesn't have superhuman strength, but he tries anyway, just to satisfy his urge to try.
All right, so you're gonna try and rip the bed off of the floor.
Not really, just like a little. Yeah, that's not going anywhere.
Okay. Yeah, well, nothing of note happens. I will say that.
Are these bolted or screwed in?
Bolted.
Okay, well, my multi-tool definitely does not have anything to remove bolts in it, so not even gonna suggest it. Do not have an Allen wrench in here.
Just pull an Allen wrench out of your ass. Why didn't you just put that in your equipment? Why didn't you know it would be
my medical bag that I keep an Allen wrench in.
I think Rose would only have like a mini sewing kit, and just in case.
One last thing I want to try.
Okay, what do you want to try?
I want to tickle the walls.
I will tell you right now, nothing fucking happens.
I was so fucking terrified you were about to have him roll something, and I would have started immediately crying. I don't want to be inside the tickled building. I absolutely do not.
No, here's what we do. We have somebody listen to the walls with the stethoscope to the heartbeat, and then we have somebody flirt with the walls.
Absolutely not.
I said somebody doesn't necessarily mean
not even going to let somebody else be subjected to this. Nope, we have discovered it has a heartbeat. That's the good news.
So
we gotta flirt with the walls and see if the heartbeat increases.
Well, I mean, if we really want to figure out anything about whether or not these walls have a reaction, there's always another way to figure that out.
A library.
Well, I was going to take a slightly more direct approach.
Oh.
I'm just kind of like motions to their bag and reaches in and pulls out a small shotgun.
Oh, good idea! And
right, yeah,
Jeff
you
pulls
should
out
carry a
his pistol.
shotgun, don't you?
I do.
Oh yeah, good idea. Jeff pulls out his pistol.
I don't know.
More power
if
to
that
you both.
would
I
be a
think
good
that is my
idea.
ticket to leave.
Saying let's do it now. I'm saying that if we need to, we'll try it out.
Okay.
I'm saying it's more. I'm saying it's also more effective than trying to flirt with the building.
It wasn't
over at Rose,
I
like,
wasn't
what the
saying
fuck?
that in character, but I think it would
Okay.
be funny.
Oh right, yeah. Later, that's totally what I was trying. And he slowly puts away his pistol.
Down gives this look to Jeff, like, just in the middle of the day, huh? Just firing guns off in the middle of the day. Just okay.
I'm from Detroit, Michigan. This is the thing that we're used to.
I am from Texas.
What else? Okay,
I'm from Ohio.
All right, now let's all go around the room and say where we're from. No,
all
I
right,
mean,
so
everybody else was.
I will remind the party that we have an hour left to play.
Okay.
Oh,
So
right.
if there is anything else you guys want to do with this day, then
I mean, Noun was mentioning like thinking that the crops could be like possibly poisoned by like radiation or something. Rose is kind of wondering like, what was this? It was a quarry, right? Or like an old quarry. Like, what's the history behind this place? And thinking maybe if I go ask Bo, they would be able to give me a little bit more history about.
Alright, I'm hearing a mix of things people want to do. Tyler said that Lee wanted to check out the library.
Yes.
Now wants to check out the farm, and Rose wants to talk to Bo. Do you guys want to split the party, or do you guys want to like try and decide what you want to do first as a group?
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to splitting the party.
But we also only have like an hour left.
I mean, I say we split into twos and like get half of the shit done, and then the other half of the shit done. You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
And like, if we don't get to the second half of shit this session, we at least know what we're gonna do next session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll let you guys decide like what 2 things you guys want to do and who's gonna go where.
I'm not half bad at library use, so I might tag along with Lee for that.
Okay.
And then Lee, come with me to the farm so I can grab some soil samples.
That sounds alright.
I guess Rose would be chill going to talk to Bo if anybody else wanted to come with her.
Okay.
I'm fine. I'm
7.
fine with 7. Where do you want to go?
I don't know.
Rose is kind of like, you want to come hang out with me and talk to Bo?
Okay.
Cool. I think me and 7 will be good talking to Bo if you want to go with the other 2, Jeff.
Okay. I'll go with Noun and Lee and see what and to keep notes. Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, so I'm hearing Noun, Lee, and Jeff are going to the library and then eventually to the farm, and that Rose and 7 are going to talk to Bo.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna start with Rose and 7 because that shouldn't take as long as what you 2 want to do. You 3 want to do. Okay.
Cool.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. So
I feel like if Rose and 7 get done talking to Bo really quick, they might go and join the other 3 at the library if they're still there when they're done.
cool beans. Do you guys do anything along the way to the help desk? As I'm going.
What do we kind of like pass on the way? What is there on the way?
Well, you pass some other people's like living quarters. You also pass by a number of shops. Like there's like a grocery store. You also notice a clothing shop, things like that. And again, I'm calling them shops, but there is not an anticipation that you're going to pay for any of this stuff. Yeah. And a number of different restaurants of different sort of food styles. Like there was a vegan place that you guys passed as well. And some other places with like different like food styles, you know what I mean? You guys do pass by the library on your way over.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, so we all walk together for a little while.
Yeah. And then you guys pass on.
Yeah.
Rose and
we all
7,
die.
Rose and 7, you notice that the library isn't that big. I mean, it's not tiny either, but it's not like the biggest store of books you've seen in the world.
Yeah.
You also see other people. You may notice some of them are kind of sickly looking.
Yeah, that was something I was gonna ask, was like, since Noun mentioned it, Rose, as they were walking, I wanted to have Rose kind of like pay a little bit more attention to the people and see like, you know, how many of them like look kind of sickly, if any of them look like, you know, healthy, and if, you know, they aren't like, they're not in a hurry, so I feel like if any of them feel like they're up for a chat, like a quick chat, just like, oh hey, I just moved in a little down that way. How long you been here? Kind of deal. And just kind of like take note of which ones look sickly, how long they've been here, and then which ones look healthy and how long they've been there.
Yeah.
Making idle chat.
Okay, you run into a gentleman. You can't really tell how old he is. He looks like he's 60. He dresses like he's like 27. So,
oh,
yeah. He looks like he's on death's door. He looks at you and What did you ask him again? I'm sorry.
Mostly just like very like more just like, hey, what's up? I'm Rose. I just got here. I was wondering what you thought of this place. Like, how long you been here?
Oh, I've actually been here for a couple of years. I decided to stay because I really appreciated what Aprolene was doing, and I really resonated with her teachings, and I just wanted to stay, and yeah.
Cool. So, if you don't mind me asking, if I hope this isn't a weird question, but like, how old were you when you got here?
I was like, oh geez, I guess I was 24.
You look like you're dying.
He looks confused.
You are not in your 20s.
I certainly am.
Have you looked in a mirror?
Yes.
Okay, right.
He doesn't know if he should be offended or not. He's like, he just kind of shuffles past you guys. And it's like, okay, well, I'll see you guys around.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. And he leaves.
As they continue on, Rose just kind of like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think that approach is going to work very well, but if you want to keep going that way, I'm not gonna stop you. But some people might think it's rude.
Well, they're dying, so they should probably know that.
I do find it strange that he's only been here a couple of years, and he looks like he's been here for a decade.
It's not surprising.
It's not?
No, you see that lady? And the stuff she did to you?
Well, no, I had my eyes closed.
Oh, well, I saw it. It's not normal. I don't know what you do in this country, but it's not normal.
Well, what we normally do in this country isn't this, as Rose, like, gestures vaguely. This is something all on its own.
I hope so.
Yep. You guys make it to Beau's desk, like help desk. He is sitting there with his legs propped up on the desk, and Z are reading a book before they like peek over the brim, the top of the book, and notice you guys are there. And
Hey, Beau.
Z quickly puts the book down and sits up straight and is like, "Oh, hi. What can I do for y'all?"
Oh, I was just curious about a couple of things and about, like, this whole place and stuff, and I was wondering if I could just, like, ask you a few questions. You said you've been here a while, and, you know, I thought you might know a little bit more about this place's history.
Oh, yeah. I have been here for, oh, geez. How long has it been? A while. I've been here about 3 years now.
Why did you come here?
First, it's kind of complicated. I was homeless for a little while. I had unpaid medical debt and not a very good home life, so I heard about this, and I mean, it seemed better than the alternative, so I came here, and it seemed like the minute I did, all my problems went away, and I love the people here, and so I decided to stay.
Out of curiosity, what was this place before Aprolene got here? And also, how long has Aprolene been operating here?
Oh, honestly, I don't know. This place used to be, the building used to be a church. And this used to be like an old like ravine or canyon or something like that. I don't really know like why she chose to set up shop here of all places, but I guess the property was cheap, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I was just curious if it was used for anything before Aprolene got here.
I mean,
Some big ravines like this might be used for mining or something.
doesn't seem like it. I mean, nearby here is an old forest preserve, so I'm sure there was some laws in place about digging and things like that that would have prevented anyone from doing anything here.
Are you spiritual?
I'd say so. I used to be really into witchcraft before I came here.
You say you used to be. Why not now?
I don't know. I just haven't had a lot of. I mean, I still believe in it. I just haven't had a lot of time to like do stuff.
What have you been doing?
This helping out new folk.
So you've been here, you said, about 3 years. Is there anybody who's been hanging out longer than that by any chance? Just curious.
I think Lindsay's been here almost 10.
Who's Lindsay?
I think she was doing door duty the day you came.
Okay.
Mouse brown hair and the glasses.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Her story before she got here, it's kind of heartbreaking, but it's her story to tell, not mine.
Of course.
Honestly, I don't think she would have stayed here as long as if it wasn't for and Z shut themselves up.
For what?
It's like I said, it's not my story to tell. I've already shared a bit too much. I know she's kind of touchy about the whole thing.
Yeah, no problem. I get it.
She's... Go ahead.
Have you ever noticed anything, like, really weird around here by any chance? I kind of like to think about supernatural things like cryptids. Super big fan of Mothman, not gonna lie. I don't think it's like there's anything that's real out there, but like, I was just curious. You're getting out in the middle of the woods, nowhere, and you have a woman who's able to do pretty much miracles. I was curious if, like, you had any fun stories or anything about anything that's, like, odd.
I mean, sometimes the occasional weird noise, and also, sometimes when Aprolene is doing her miracles, you can notice some, like, energy shifts in the air and things like that. I'm sure you might have noticed when she was doing her stuff for you guys. I don't know, I haven't noticed anything too weird. Well, I mean, sometimes it sounds like there's some like weird animals like nearby or something, but I mean, it could just be like coyotes or mountain lions or whatever.
Have they been spotted in this area before?
I mean, coyotes tend to be kind of shy, and we try to avoid feeding them because, don't want to like upset the ecosystem or anything like that, but I mean, sometimes you see like foxes and coyotes and the very occasional stray dog, but I mean, nothing terribly out of the ordinary.
Cool.
Um,
How would you
Well-
just out of curiosity, because I mean I think I heard a pretty weird noise earlier today. I was curious how you would describe the weird noises you sometimes hear.
I mean, sometimes it sounds like the pipes are acting a little off, but I mean, I'm not sure you noticed, but the place is not entirely up to code. So I just kind of chalked up all of the weird noises to, like the buildings settling and things like that.
Neat.
Granted, I'm into witchcraft, but I don't really like believe in like monsters and ghosts and things like that, so maybe I'm just being skeptic.
That's fine. I like to
Mm.
believe in that stuff sometimes for fun, but like I can't say I'm like one of those like believers.
If you want to talk to someone who's like really into that sort of thing, you should talk to Angela at the library. She's super into like monsters and like conspiracies and things like that.
Neat. That sounds like fun. I might go see if I can have a chat with Angela at some point.
Sure. Do you guys have any other questions for me at all?
Where's your family?
Don't know, don't care.
Mm.
I grew up in Kentucky, and I do not want to go back.
Oh, I do have one more question, if it isn't too much to, not too, like... It's not personal, per se. I'll just ask.
What is it?
How many... Does everybody who comes here to get help from Aprolene walk out? Like, I mean, not like walk out as in, like, like, obviously some people choose to stay, but, like, is Aprolene able to actually help everyone, or do some people just are beyond even Aprolene's help?
I mean, I'm sure they exist, but I haven't met anyone who Aprolene hasn't been able to help. At least to some capacity. I mean, sometimes, there was one, person who, I can't remember what it was. They were blind or deaf or something like that, and they never, like, gained, like, their senses fully back, and that was a little bit disappointing for that person, but I've never seen it where someone, like, died in their care or anything like that.
But Angela's been here, or not Angela, sorry, wrong note. Lindsay's been here about the longest as far as you know?
As far as I know, yeah. I mean, Aprolene's had this place running for 12, 15-ish years. I'm actually not sure how long Aprolene's had this place running. I think Lindsay was one of the first, though.
Cool. Well, I think you've answered all of my questions for now. I can always come back if I think of anything else. This has been really cool. Thanks.
Of course. Let me know if you need anything.
Seven, did you have any more questions you wanted to ask?
No.
Cool. Maybe we can go meet the others at the library. Thanks again, Bo.
Okay, have fun. And Bo goes back to their book.
Can I surreptitiously, before Rose leaves, Rose is like, out of curiosity, what you reading?
Oh, I am currently reading Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice.
Ah, neat. Cool.
I like that sappy old stuff.
Valid and fair.
Well, see ya. And then, like, they do the finger guns again.
Rose just kind of like does the little wave and then heads out.
All right. While they are having that conversation, I can see you aggressively muting and unmuting, Robin.
Ooh.
Hello.
Whoa.
So, Lee, Jeffrey, and Adjective. While they're having that conversation, you guys get to the library.
Yay!
Oh my gosh, it's library time. Jeff.
Jeff, you're muted, by the way.
Yes.
You unmuted and then you muted yourself. Hello.
As we are leaving the container in the first place, I actually asked Jeff, do you... normally, I don't like asking people to do this because I'm pretty capable of taking care of myself, but it's already been quite a long day for me, and normally by now I'd be napping. Do you mind helping push me a little bit?
I don't mind at all. And Jeff does also to push it to push his wheelchair at their wheelchair at a normal pace. Sorry.
It's okay. So yeah, just there we go. Library time.
Your cat
Cool.
seems nice, by the way.
When you guys get to the front desk, you see a very lovely lady sitting in the front desk, wearing a pair of reading glasses, which I don't believe she's wearing in her pick crew. Where is it? Come on. Wait.
Let's pick you.
Sorry, I'm looking for it in the image search for because I have the most convenient place I can look for them is in my
Come on.
DMs with
Come on.
Go. Why are you
Let's not
quietly
have a
singing
copyright
fucking-
strike.
No.
I'm waiting for my porno to load.
This is a Be More Chill negative fucking.
I'm sorry. I should have realized you're more of a Dear Evan Hansen fan.
That is the most insulting thing someone has ever said to me in my entire fucking life. Anyway, there's the lady.
Ooh.
So do you think of yourself as an Evan Hansen type, or
Neither.
I am an Evan Hansen's mom type.
I'm a Hades Town type, thank you.
I'm an alphabet type. Moving on.
Alright. So she looks up from like the paperwork she's doing, like, and she gives you guys a little smile and a wave as you guys walk in. Let me know if you need anything, if you need to find anything. Also, for the what's it called? For the
those
people
that don't
who
have-
can't see, it is a she's a woman who's about 5, 6-ish. She has long braids and that go down to her mid back. Black skin, and she's wearing a red dress and a little flower clip in her hair and these big white chunky earrings. And she has freckles.
Pretty.
And also she is wearing a name tag that says Angela Need on it.
Angela, I like your haircut.
Oh, thank you. I brought it from home.
My boyfriend to the thrift store.
Robin, we hear TikToks.
You shouldn't.
Well, we did.
What are we hearing?
It was a DIY video somebody sent me. God, I'm dead. What are we here for again?
You guys are here trying to you guys came here. I can't remember exactly what you guys were looking for. It was like history on the town, or
History on the town, history of the quarry that it originally was, things of that nature.
Okay, so should I roll for library use?
Yeah. So you guys are looking specifically for like historical information on the location.
Yeah. Should
Yeah.
I roll history instead?
No library use because you guys are trying to find documentation, unless you would have some background information about this location specifically.
I'm just going to let now lead me.
Okay.
Hmm, well, that's a shame.
Did you fail?
Got an 87.
Okay, you didn't critically fail. You just don't find anything useful. You guys, since you guys, I'm assuming, other than Jeffrey, I guess that leaves Lee. Lee, are you gonna go and try and look on your own?
Yeah, and I already rolled. I got a 00 and a 6.
So you got a 6.
Yeah, you got a 6. You critically succeed. Congratulations.
My second critical success for the night. What the heck?
All right, I'm checking that off for you.
Okay.
Well, I thought you were gonna say you got double zeros and a 0, and I was gonna be like, honey, that's not good. Okay, you find a book. It is, I don't have a specific title for this book, but it is about the history of, this town, like the nearby town. And in it, there is a particular, there is a section on the nearby forest preserve. And in it,
Excuse me.
in it, it's, it says that this, during, like, the, mid-1800s, or wait, no, I'm wrong. I meant to say the mid-18th century, which would be the 1700s.
Yes, that would be the 1700s.
Yeah. So like 1750-ish. Obviously there's settling of this area. I've decided, by the way, that this takes place in like rural Pennsylvania. So this area was getting settled. There was like towns being built and things of the like. And this particular swath of land was bought by an older, like, aristocrat. And like he had bought like several acres of land around here in order to like build an estate, basically. And he died under mysterious circumstances, though most historians agree that he like died of like health complications. Though there are some like fringe conspiracy theorists who like assume that he was like murdered for like the land or something. But basically his son and his wife inherited this land, and the son passed away due to the wife's mother murdering him, which is part of why that conspiracy exists, that the father was killed as well. Because her the motive, she was never caught, but the widow of this man insists that she witnessed her mother kill him because she did not approve of the union, and had never approved of them being in a relationship at all. But the widow inherited the land because there was no other suitable heir. So she held on to the property, but she the only things that she ever did on the property was build a small church. She had gotten very into like religion and things like that, and she kind of like turned into one of those like evangelical nut jobs towards like for the rest of her life. And she never remarried, she never had any kids, and eventually she in her old age she gave the property to like the local government, and they never really did anything with it, and eventually it was turned into a forest preserve. However, within the last 50 years, part of it, the part that the church stood on was sold again, and it stayed as like a Lutheran church for a while, and then eventually Aprolene bought it, and which was about 20 years ago, and so now it's in the property of Aprolene. And yeah, that's that's what it says particularly about this property.
Okay.
And how old did Aprolene look?
Looked pretty young, actually.
Like 20 years old?
She looked like she was not 20. She wasn't that young. She looked like she was about 25.
Wait.
If she bought it 20 years ago, was it not then her family then who bought it and then she inherited it from them? Because if she bought it 20 years ago, she would have been 5.
Well, she looks 25.
That doesn't make sense. Why would a child be able to buy a property? That shouldn't even be legal.
I mean, it's more than not legal. I don't know that it's physically possible. I mean, maybe if it was inherited, that'd be one thing.
But it was purchased.
No, yes, I understand that part.
Sorry, just reiterating.
She must look really good for her true age then.
A bit too good, if you ask me. Maybe it has been older than they are.
You know what? This fits my character's leaps of logic. I'm gonna go to a different section of the library and start looking at legends of, like, if I can find legends related to like eternal youth, things like Elizabeth's Bathory, Frigg and the Tree of Life with the golden apples, shit like that.
Would you like to roll me another library use then?
Yes, I will.
I hear the rattling.
Fuck.
Oh.
I'd like to look as well, but
Go in.
Go for it, because I failed.
I'd like to ask Danown's permission to look.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go right ahead. I'm not here to stop you.
Alright, because I was responsible for pushing down. Alright.
I'm angry.
There goes that die.
Did you get floor-eyed?
Yeah, I got floor-eyed.
Damn. Well, you find the section that this could be in, but you cannot really find anything that seems like it's what you're looking for.
Damn.
You definitely find the section though. Good job.
Okay.
You did it.
Hooray!
It's not a big library, so that's not really much of a feat.
I do gesture the area to Jeff and Noun. What is this, Morse code?
What's the?
No, that was just me fucking around.
I was
Oh.
like, was that Morse code or something?
No, it's just stop taking it out of the game. Go back to the game.
I already did my thing. I said, like, our gracious keeper said that I found a place. I didn't find exactly what I was looking for, so now I'm gesturing the area to Noun and Jeff, being like, hey, can I have help trying to find something? I think I might be onto something. I'm trying to look up legends and myths related to life-draining shit.
I will say, as like a little nudge, you guys can ask for help from the librarian if you want to.
I do not trust her.
And I got a 1.
Nice!
Yeah!
That is yeah, you got it. You did it. I'm proud of you. You
sure
rolled
hope
the
so.
dice and it landed on the number. Your library uses only a 20.
Actually, mine's a 50.
Oh, it is. I was looking at it wrong. But oh my god, still you got a critical success. So, you find a book. Particularly it's a book documenting a prevalent conspiracy theory of the area. About some otherworldly beings coming here to drain the life force of humans in order to gain eternal life.
I love to imagine that because I got a 1 for this, that Lee is like, hey, do you guys want to help? And I'm just like, I'm not really that good at figuring out like this crazy cult stuff. Like the best I'm gonna do is just pull random books off the shelf and see if they're any good. Oh. Just like pulling a random book off the shelf. Oh. First try.
Yeah, so yeah, you find a book documenting a prevalent conspiracy theory of the area. It was most popular back in like the when was it? It was most popular like pre-World War I era. That's when like this conspiracy theory like really got off the ground, but within recent years no one really talks about it other than like some fringe internet communities who like document like historical conspiracy theories. If I think Robin needs a bathroom break, so I will say by this point that Rose and Seven have made it to the library.
Hello, Rose is
Hello.
here.
Hello. So, Rose and Seven, you are met by Angela Need. Hint, hint, this is the Angela that Bo was talking about in the library. So, and she gives you a little smile and a wave and says, let me know if you need anything, and then goes back to her paperwork.
Oh, hey, you're Angela, right?
Yeah, have you heard of me?
Yeah, I was talking with Bo a little bit earlier, and they mentioned you. I'm a little interested, for fun, like supernatural and, cryptids and things like that, And they mentioned that you're also kind of into that stuff.
Oh yeah. A lot of the books in the like conspiracy theory, like cryptology section are things that came from my own collection at home.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I have a degree in library science, and then I got into a car accident and lost my leg. So I came here.
What was Aprolene able to do for you?
I mean, she stands up. I have 2 legs now. So that's cool.
Well, I couldn't. I assumed I assumed like Angela's behind a desk, so Rose couldn't actually see like legs. Like obviously, yes, standing up, but like how so?
Yeah. She stands up and was like, "Well, I have 2 legs now." So there's that.
So wait, Aprolene actually like gave you a full leg back?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back.
I thought it was all kind of like quack nonsense too, and then she didn't. She was like, "Boom, you're cured," and I'm like, "I still only have 1 leg though," and she was like, "Give it time." So I was like, "Okay, I'll give it time," and then slowly but surely, like an axolotl, my fucking limb grew back.
That is not medically possible. Just that's not how that works.
I don't think you're with them yet.
You don't think what?
I don't think you're with them yet.
Well, I mean, we're at the library,
Yeah.
so theoretically, yes, Noun could be suddenly listening in on this conversation of yes, Aprolene regrew someone's leg.
Yeah, so there's that. But now hearing Noun interject into the conversation, she she like leans over the desk and notices you all in the in like the conspiracy theory, like cryptology section of the library. And it's like, "Oh, you guys are into that sort of thing as well, huh?"
Absolutely not.
I mean, I'm kind of curious about a few things.
Absolutely.
Have you ever noticed anything like? I mean, other than Aprolene regrowing your leg, kind of weird. Have you ever noticed anything like supernatural around here?
I mean, there's the walls.
Have you?
Care to elaborate on the walls, or
I'm sure if you've heard it, you'd know what I'm talking about.
the
I
heartbeat
Yeah.
Yes.
with the exact same rate as a human heart? Yes, I've noticed.
Yeah. I couldn't tell you what it is or why, but it doesn't seem normal.
How is she looking like organ failure's coming?
She looks pretty good. She looks right now a little rattled, but other than that, she seems fine.
Rose just kind of like looks at Angela. So, how long have you been here?
I have been here a little less than 9 months. I decided to stay for longer because I wanted to understand this place, and I haven't gotten to the root of everything I want to know yet.
Perfect person now.
Rose, would you like, Rose and anyone else who might be interested, would you like to roll psychology on Angela?
Sure, I'd like to roll
Absolutely.
something.
Gladly.
I do.
Fuck.
I failed.
Oh
I
my
failed.
god. Oh my god, you're not gonna believe me.
What did you
What-
get?
Another 1.
Oh my god!
Nice.
At least somebody's
Hey,
rolling.
never
good
buddies.
I didn't.
Alright, well, Rose
It's to make up for you losing a point of sanity earlier.
Yes. The dice gods have decided they want to be kind to you. Alright, well, you can tell that that Angela is scared.
Good, I love it when the music changes.
That's not foreboding and terrifying at all.
She seems like she's holding off on sharing information for fear of something happening to her if she shares too much.
I kind of nod my head, and I wheel myself over next to her, and I gently place a hand on top of hers, and I would like to try to use my my natural charm and my bedside manners to convince her to maybe be a bit more forthcoming with her information.
All right. Would you like to
Just
roll me charm then?
yes, and then I will base what I roll. I will base what I say off of
Your
what I
roll.
roll.
Okay.
Yeah. Because if I roll really well, but if I roll really bad,
Yeah, I get you.
Oh,
Did
there
you
goes
roll?
that luck. I rolled barely well. I rolled 49.
Woo! Well, she seems a little hesitant at
No, wait,
first.
that's an 8.
But
48.
I'll let you decide what you're going to say to her first.
I go, listen, I know this place seems to be very unnerving, but my goal here is to try to figure out also what's going on here using all of the medical expertise I have at my disposal. If you have anything you're not telling us that might help me help you, I need to know.
Okay. She takes a deep breath and she walks towards the door and she peeks out. And then when she sees that there's nobody coming, she walks back to the rest of you and decides and she takes a deep breath and says, "Follow me." And she walks towards the back of the library.
All right. I
Following.
follow as well.
I also do that.
Okay, cool.
Rose is gonna be kind of like watching over her shoulder, just to like, just watching.
7, are you following as well? Okay, cool.
It's gonna be a wild 15 minutes.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she takes you guys to the back and she's like, "I'm sorry, I just don't know who is safe to overhear this conversation. So I would like us to stay back here and speak in a low tone. I don't think anyone could be watching us, but I do not want to be too careless."
I say, do you speak Spanish?
No, I
Okay,
only
well,
speak English. I'm sorry.
no, it's all right. I just, it'd make things. So, never mind. Please continue.
With her saying that, I put away my notebook to show that I'm not going to, whatever happens here is not going to leave this room.
Okay. You guys, when she performed her little miracle, you guys saw the lights, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had my eyes closed because I was the only one who got one.
Okay. Well, I don't know what she did to us, but I don't think it was just a good faith miracle. I have witnessed people completely waste away while I'm here, and I don't think I was supposed to see that. I've noticed several people get very, very sick very, very quickly and suddenly leave. And Aprolene said that they decided to go home. Most of the people who got that sick that fast had been here for at least a year. And then they were gone, and I don't think that they were actually leaving. I think Aprolene doesn't want to get it out to the rest of us what is actually happening to those people. I think that whatever Aprolene did to them caused them to die. Some people seem to be fine. I mean, Lindsay was until recently. And now suddenly she's very, very sick. She doesn't want to admit it, though. Anyone who gets sick doesn't want to admit it. I think they all kind of know what's going on. But there's this basement. I don't know how you access it. I got there once. There's secret doors and passageways. It's like a maze. But there's this basement, and I wasn't able to stay there long. I'm not sure what I saw, but it didn't seem normal, and that's why I decided to stay. It was right before my 6 months were up, because I want to get back down there and see what's down there. And if you guys seem like you're curious on what's going on here too, I would definitely appreciate the help, and I'll try and help you all as best I can if you're willing to help, but I know it might seem too scary, and whatever it is could be going on. I don't know how dangerous it is, so if you'd rather just get out of here and pretend this never happened as soon as you're able to, then I don't blame you.
What was her name again? I'm sorry.
Angela.
Angela.
Angela. My friend, the reason that I'm here is because of these miracles. I believe that nothing can be that good to be true, and this is exactly why I'm here.
Guys, I'll be right back. I think there is somebody tapping on one of my windows.
Oh.
Okay.
But yes, Angela, you can be at ease that I will look into this. I don't know about everyone else, as I'm not going to force them, but I will definitely look into this.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing some people, suddenly start wasting away, I'm not gonna lie, I want to get to the bottom of it in case it starts happening to me.
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen any sort of pattern. I guess some people are more susceptible to it than others. I don't know. But I don't know what Aprolene says she is, but she is not what she says she is.
It could be an alien.
Maybe, I don't know. The only other person I know is safe here is Bo. Everyone else I don't know. Either they're completely unaware, or maybe they're working with her. I don't know. Lindsay she's too far gone. I wouldn't expect much from her in terms of help.
Now,
Okay.
sorry, go ahead.
No, you didn't miss anything. Are you okay, Robin?
Yeah, everything's fine. I just had Koida check outside. Nobody was there, so either they left when I went to go get Koida, or there was nobody there.
Okay.
It's okay.
But yeah, at this point, Angela is shaking.
Rose gently kind of like takes one of Angela's hands and just like reassuringly pats it.
I'm a doctor, as I believe I have stated. I want to see what, medically speaking, is being done to all of you. I would appreciate it if you could let me take some blood, maybe some skin samples.
Angela obliges and says, if you think it'll help, then I won't stop you.
I'm just going to be I mean, there's not much I can do. I don't really have equipment to test any of these samples, but I can at least use the microscope that I've brought with me for checking on bacterial growth, any cell mutations, those sorts of things.
Mm-hmm.
That sort of thing. That's the best I can do.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to do that now? Or
Yes, now would be an excellent time. I'll probably ask for a few more just so I can monitor for any changes you might have over time. Especially if especially if you're having organ failure or essence draining, I can monitor the effects and diagnose more accurately what's happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just by the way, if Aprolene comes by, don't let her know that. Just don't act weird.
Oh, I've already performed some checkups on a few other people. As far as I'm concerned, I am just performing routine work for her so that she can make sure her disciples are as healthy as possible.
Mm-hmm.
She can't fix anything without a diagnosis after all.
Yeah. And with that, I would like everybody to roll me a listen check.
Mm.
That's a 6.
A 6? Okay.
Yeah.
I got a 10.
A 10?
That's
54.
another critical.
I got a 2.
Well,
I'm pretty sure that's a critical for you, Austin.
Yeah, I can see my critical is a 4.
yep. Make sure everyone's checking off their crits and their hards. 7.
Oh, 54.
Okay. Where's 7? Yeah, you fail. I'm sorry.
Yeah, for sure.
At least you're not taking insanity damage.
Yeah.
And then Rose, what did you roll?
52 out of my 61.
So you
the one that
succeed, but not a hard success. Okay.
Yeah.
So, those of you who succeeded, you guys hear someone footsteps entering the library. Those of you who had a critical success, you can tell that this person is wearing heels. And
Okay.
with that, we are going to end tonight's session.
Damn it, I already had a plan in my head
Grabbing
for
my
what.
shotgun.
Damn it, I already had a plan for what Angela would do.
Well, save it for next session.
Yep. I hope everybody had fun. I'm trying to find some this'll work. I hope everybody had fun. Obviously we had to end right at or right before 11 because we have people who need to go to bed and all of that. But yeah.
Cowards, the lot of you.
Mm-hmm.
Sleep is for the weak, and I am very weak.
I am glad that you were all able to join me tonight, and I hope to see you guys again next time and another episode of Tabletop Continuum, Prayers from the Brushwood. This has been M, Ty, Robin, Austin, Valkyrie, and Valentine. And to all I say, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Don't let your nightmares keep you up tonight.